Football is a sport which is loved by millions, in fact 240 million people. The sport has been one of the oldest and most popular sport that has ever been recorded. The sport had traditionally started by the ancient Greeks back in 2000 BC, calling it espikaros, but it was England that transitioned it to football, or what the Americans now call it, soccer. The history goes back in 2000 BC that the Greeks were the first people to invent the game. The Romans wanted to steal the game away from the Greeks, calling it harpistone. The Romans had wanted the British to be part of the Roman Empire, so they invaded the British, bringing their sport along with them. When soccer had landed in England, it was a sport which was considered violent. There were minimal rules like forbidden tripping of players and touching the ball with the hands. The ball that was used was made out of pigskin, which was later inflated. Due to the inefficient rules for the sport, in 1363 AD, Sir King had banned the game completely, explaining that there was a great noise in the city caused by hustling over long balls, from which many evils may arise, which God forbid. We command and forbid on behalf of the king on pain of imprisonment such game to be used in the city in the future. The rule was implemented by King Urda, saying that if he saw someone playing the game, he would punish them or even face imprisonment. By the year of 1630, King James decided to unban football. He had urged all Christians after church on Sunday to play the sport. In the 1800s, the sport was open to most schools around in England. However, most children were unable to play the sport due to the fact they were working in factories 6 days a week from 6 AM to 6 PM. Also in 1800, Cobb Morley had developed the official rules of soccer with different club founders. In 1850, the Factory Act was implemented, which changed the times of children working, which allowed kids to play in the streets after working in factories. In 1880, the English had wanted to extend their empire. They spread their colonies across to Canada, Ireland, Egypt, India, Australia, South Africa and New Zealand, bringing the sport around them. The sport had become popular around the world in 1900. They decided to add it into the Olympic Games. In 1904, France had created the Fédération Internationale de Football Association, which is a private organization which is an international governing body of association football, futsal and beach soccer. With continuous growth of the sport, FIFA had announced the first World Cup in 1930. Ever since this day, the World Cup has been participated for every 4 years. Thank you for watching the video. Turn on your notifications for the next video.